Florida is a must-win state for Senator Marco Rubio's presidential campaign. So far, Rubio has only won 3 primary races, and he's trailing frontrunner Donald Trump by 23 points.
A loss there could sink his bid for the White House. CBS News digital journalist Sean Gallitz has been following the Rubio campaign. He's in sunny Miami. Sean, what are you hearing from the Rubio campaign? How worried are they about this poor polling?
Hi, guys. Yeah, so the campaign and Marco Rubio himself is still optimistic. They're showing every sign that they're hoping to do well tonight and, surprise a lot of people and prove that the polls are going to be wrong. Actually, Rubio a couple of days ago mentioned that on Wednesday morning there's going to be a lot of pollsters that are going to have to explain why the polls were so wrong. I guess we will wait and see later tonight whether or not he was correct in that assumption. But the campaign's been quiet, I will say. They're going through all the same motions and getting ready for their rally tonight, but they're still cautiously optimistic and hoping that they can really bring it home here in his home state.
Let me ask you on the flip side there, Sean. What about the voters? What are you hearing about them? Are they concerned?
It's interesting. So in Florida, obviously elected Marco Rubio in 2010 under this Tea Party wave. Rubio went up against Charlie Crist, who was the establishment favorite at the time. When that campaign started, Rubio was 50 points down in the polls, and he, came to kind of shock everybody and win that seat in a race that was actually a 3-way race. Charlie Crist ran as an independent, unfortunately, ran as an independent. But what I'm hearing from voters here now is that a lot of people, his closest supporters are still behind him. They're getting out the vote today, but there are some people here that felt kind of abandoned by Rubio. They felt like his stance on immigration and his involvement in trying to pass comprehensive reform a few years ago with the Gang of 8 was not something he campaigned on back then. And other people just see either Donald Trump or Ted Cruz as more of a conservative and someone that they think they can get behind.
Well,
he doesn't have the he hasn't had the huge rallies and support that you might expect leading up into the primary tonight here.
Well, Sean, in these final hours, how do you see the senator trying to make up for that? How has he been trying to reach voters today?
Yeah, so this morning he hasn't had any actual public events until tonight, but this morning he went on every local Florida station he possibly could to get out the vote and kind of sell the people of Florida one last time on his message. He did a bunch of morning radio, people driving into work. He said, irrespective of tonight, he wasn't planning to drop out, whether he won Florida or lost it, which is interesting. There's a lot of people who believe that if he can't carry his home state and win tonight, that he may bow out the way that Jeb Bush did after South Carolina, but that remains to be seen. All indications from the campaign are that he will stay in the race. He's talked about going to Utah tomorrow. We don't have any details on where he'll be there, but they're saying they'll be in Utah, they're going to campaign in Arizona, and he's got fundraisers planned for California this weekend. So they're looking forward. Whether the results tonight change that remain to be seen, but they're staying as optimistic as they can and projecting that kind of confidence at this time.
Our intrepid CBS News embed with Marco Rubio. Lots of sleepless nights. Sean, thank you so much. I want to just give a shout out to you and the rest of the team. First of all, I watch your Snapchat feed every day. You're always snapping, which is great. So if you guys want to catch up with what Sean is doing when he's covering Marco Rubio, go to his Snapchat feed, and he's on Twitter at Sean Gallitz.
3 cheers for Sean.
That's right.
And the rest of our digital journalist team. Thank you, guys.
Thanks, guys.